Hello, everybody, and welcome. We're here, we're back, and it's race day. Happy Father's Day, everybody, all the dads out there. Hope everybody's had a fantastic day, and I hope that you've had great family time and some good memories to share moving forward into future years. This is GT45 Gaming. I'm going to be your host for this evening, and we're here on behalf of the OFR GT7 North American Division, and we're here for round 4 of their GT3 Championship Series. So we missed a couple of rounds. We missed round 2 due to technical problems on my end, and then we missed round 3 last week due to internet issues, which was beyond my control. Obviously, that had was the internet company. So after a couple of weeks of some pretty severe technical issues, we've got it all sorted out, and we're back, and we're going to bring this absolutely amazing live action to all you guys and gals out there, and kiddies alike, for you all to enjoy. Family-friendly broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, so please do feel free to allow the kids to sit down and enjoy this with you if you are watching. Racing's a family event, and we strongly believe that here at GT45 Gaming for even sim racing broadcasts. So when we're bringing a broadcast to you as a commentator, as a broadcaster, we're bringing this to you 100% family-friendly, PG-rated, and welcome, and thank you for your support. I hope you guys all enjoy the race today, and I gotta tell you, it's gonna be a good race. So we're gonna throw some information up here for you guys. We're gonna toss off some names here. We're gonna get all geared up for you awesome folks today. And the guys are currently in qualifying. We waited to go live. Qualifying is about a 35 to 40 minute process here at OFR every week. So we've opted to just wait until near the end of qualifying. That gives me a little bit of time just to give you guys an idea what the drivers are dealing with. So with that being said, let's go take a look at the race settings, shall we? The game is really lagging. We got Fuji International Speedway short today. It's a 32-lap race. It's a grid start with false check. Penalties are all on. False start check. No boost or anything crazy like that. We have real slipstream, light mechanical damage. Fuel's at 4x and tires are at 4x. Required tire this week is the soft tire. As you can see, it's Group 3. So the cars that these guys have opted to choose in round 1 and 2. By round 2, their cars were final, and the car they drove in round 2 is the car that they are required to drive for the remainder of the season. So that's what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. Let you take a look for yourselves firsthand what these guys are dealing with. Now, there is the chance of rain here at Fuji today, and you can see that in the background. It's very dreary outside today. It's cloudy, it's overhanging. You can see a little bit of mist on the racetrack. We got Sparky Boomman here currently sitting in pole position at the moment as well. So it's going to be an interesting race. Sparky Boomham's a quick racer, so it'd be interesting to see what he brings. I believe he won last week. We have Jake here as well in second place, cruising around the racetrack here. We got Badass currently sitting in third place. And again, this is qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason why qualifying is so long here, so these guys get a chance to tweak the tuning on their cars. So the way this is set up is the BOP is on, but tuning is also on. So that you're allowed to do, aerodynamic changes and dampening changes, shock changes, stuff like that. You're not allowed to do any transmission changes or anything like that, and that's where the BOP comes into play. The BOP forces the cars into a BOP situation where horsepower and weight is restricted depending on the car that the drivers choose to drive. So with that being said, we have no game audio. Let me fix that for you. There we go. Now we have some game audio. With that being said, they are still allowed to make adjustments like their ride height, toe camber, all those kinds of things. So they can make the car stick to the road a little bit better. So we'll see some faster times than you would typically see on the racetrack here today. Of course, with the tuning aspect in play. But tuning, you have to be careful with, ladies and gentlemen, especially here on GT7. With tuning, it can do a couple of things for you. It can make you faster on the racetrack, but the advantage to being faster on the racetrack with tuning can also be a disadvantage to tire wear and fuel consumption. So there is a fine line to how much you really want to slam your car down to the ground for that maximum traction, because you want to make sure that you're conserving enough fuel and enough tire to stay on a similar strategy as the majority of the field as well. Otherwise, it's just going to cost you an extra pit stop potentially, and it's going to take you out of the race. So tuning is all fine and dandy, but it still needs to be done with a lot of strategy. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys pull out of their hats here today. We got TCR Jimberland here as well, a crew from the Tidgeny community here. Got Apex Luke here, another member of the Apex Racing team, ladies and gentlemen. You see a lot of Apex drivers here in the field today. Crazy Face on the field here as well in that Subaru WRX. Apex Luke in pit lane. Egon just getting in at the last second here, so he's going to be starting probably from the back of the pack due to no qualifying. We got Super Ninja here as well from Rockefeller Racing, and I believe that's the field today. Looking like 13 guys, 13 drivers I think is what we're looking at. Absolutely. Let's jump on board with Jake here as he's cruising around. You can see it's quite dark on the racetrack from inside the cockpit here. So the drivers have a lot to contend with here this afternoon at Fuji. In just overcast, it could be a potential of rain. It may or it may not rain. It's hard to say. But the drivers definitely need to make sure that the crews are ready to strap on those intermediate or heavy wet tires, depending on how much it does opt to rain today. We got Larry going, "Go Apex boys," up in the YouTube chat. How you doing, brother? Much love, much love. We do appreciate all the support. All right, so I don't see. Actually, we don't see Larry in the race here today. So, oh, he's now on track as well. So, I'm not really sure who's all up on track here. And Jake's gonna give us a little show here. A little sloppy, in my opinion, but you know, what do you do? Love you, Jakey. Ooh, 8-second penalty. That's tough. That is very, very tough. Oh. Alright, so the drivers basically are just finishing up their laps at this point, and some drivers you see going into pit lane, that's just because they're choosing to change their tires before the start of the race. And this race will be kicking off here, I would imagine, anytime soon. As long as there's no initialization issues or anything like that, we'll be racing here very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, should be a good show. These guys are, there's lots and lots of fast drivers in this field from top to bottom, so really it is anybody's race. Let me know in the comment section who you all want to win the race here tonight. We'll go through the field of drivers periodically throughout the whole broadcast, and we'll show you each driver on track, and hopefully we'll get all the great moments here today for you guys. Unfortunately, on GT7 we don't have the live action replay, so that's really unfortunate, really unfortunate, because that is a very special feature for a broadcaster to be able to bring replays to you guys, just like we do on TV when after there's a wreck or an incident or a great move. But you know, we're all hopeful, and we're patiently waiting for the developers to give some due attention to our multiplayer situation over here at Gran Turismo 7. So, not quite sure what the deal is here. All the drivers are in a driver's chat here currently, so whatever is happening, I feel like it's a initialization issue. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to sit in the lobby screen currently right now. I feel like they're having an issue getting the race started, so bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Fuji Short, so we're all the way over in Japan here today, and this is an interesting racetrack. It does make for some really good side-by-side racing. Typically, the track is wide enough for guys to be side-by-side all the way around. However, with that being said, there are a couple of corners where it's not highly recommended, but it can be done. It can definitely be done. So when you have a racetrack that's wide enough to, really, most of the racetrack is wide enough to have you go 3 wide around the racetrack. Obviously, that's never a good idea in racing, but it's definitely doable 2 wide around this racetrack. So with that being said, that should provide some really good close, tight door-to-door racing here today. And lots of drivers on similar paces here today. The rain, if it does rain, that's going to completely throw a wrench in all the programs, all the drivers' pit strategies. So it really today is anybody's race. It's going to be the driver who just comes out with the best strategy, the best consistent pace, I think, today. And that's what we're going to be looking for throughout the race today. Again, it's a 32 lap race, so it's going to be about an hour's time. And we're just chilling. We're just waiting to see what's going on here. The race should be kicking any minute now. So there we go. We just got the word from the host that we're starting the race. So we're T-minus 9 seconds away, ladies and gentlemen. So something a little new here at GT45 Gaming for the race. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's kick them tires, light them fires. It is time to go racing. Let me know what you guys think of that. Let me know what you guys think. Alright, so we can get into spectator mode now. And we're ready to go. So Sparky on the pole. Jake in second there. We're red. We're waiting for that green to drive. Oh, we got a false start in the middle of the pack. We do have a false start in the middle of the pack. Is that going to cause a problem? No, all the drivers reacting properly there. Thank goodness. Nobody making contact there, so we're off. Now, turn 1, ladies and gentlemen, is a hairpin. Are the drivers going to get through? Sparky gets through clean. Badass gets through clean. Jake in third place, battling with Kawazuri here currently. And, oh, we got one guy getting a little bit wide there. Looks like Super Ninja got a little bit wide there, but still on track. So we'll have to see what Ninja can do from back there. We got Luke in 5th. We've got Rotcorp it is in 3rd place. We've got Egon currently sitting in 7th. We've got Crazy Face in 8th place. We've got Heathen in 9th with Arctic Wolf right behind in 10th place. We got Super Ninja sitting right behind in 11th. And Super Ninja was the car that we did see get a little bit wide. They're coming around T1. Jimberland in 12th place. We've got Monkey Mafia here in 13th. Monkey Mafia had a great run yesterday in a broadcast we were doing for League, coming in 3rd place. So Monkey Mafia has been looking very racy as of late. So he's going to be one of them dark soldiers to look out for here today, I believe. But Sparky and Badass are nose to tail here very early on in lap 1 of this very long race. So what we're going to do, we're going to get you guys some racing information. We're going to get rid of those names on the top of the cars and let you guys just enjoy the beautiful graphics that GT7 provides. The one advantage to playing on Gran Turismo 7 or sim racing on Gran Turismo 7 is the graphics are phenomenal. So we have that, at least, ladies and gentlemen. We definitely have that. And we don't have camera angles. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have any camera angles currently, but I have faith that we'll get them at some point in the race. We'll have to see what happens. So currently we do have Jake chasing down Sparky Boomman for the race lead. So again, nice little battle right off the bat here. I expected to see this from these two drivers. They're very quick drivers, so I should have accepted that. I need that. Oh well. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We're just making a small adjustment on some sound here. There we go. Alright, let's see what else is going on through the field here. We have Apex Luke moving all the way up into 3rd place now. Rotcorp here. Not sure who that is, but that's an interesting name. So they're rocking an Apex livery, so not 100% sure. We got Jake in 5th place here right now as well. We've got Egon sitting in 6th. We've got, you know, it's kind of funny that Egon's in 6th, but Egon is either in 6th or 7th all the time, it seems like. We got Heathen in 7th place. We got Crazy Face in 8th. We've got Super Ninja's now made a couple of spots up into P9 here as well. We got TCR Jimberland here in 10th place. Kawazuri has made a mistake and dropped down to 11th. Arctic Wolf also dropping down a couple of positions here in that Mustang, and he's now in 12th. And rounding out our field here is Monkey Mafia in 13th place. So, again, it would be very interesting to see as we're very early into the race here. We're only lap 3 of 32, ladies and gentlemen. I would assume that this is probably going to be a 2-stop race for the most part for most of these drivers, and we might see some take a 3. I don't believe that this could be stretched out into a 1-stop race. I don't think that the fuel in these GT3 race cars would allow for a 1-stop race, but you never know. I could be proven wrong here today, so we'll have to definitely see what comes out of that. I don't have my earbuds in. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot hear what is going on in my laptop. So if you lovely folks are liking and sharing the stream and reacting with it, I'm missing out. I'm giving you beautiful people your call outs. So I do apologize. Just bear with me as I'm popping them in right now. Alright. Now I can hear you, amazing folks. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're rocking and rolling here, but we do see the leader with a half-second penalty here, so that's going to be really good for second-place driver Badass currently, as he's hot on the heels of Sparky Boom, man. You can see it, it's starting to get quite nice outside here currently, so the shadows coming out on the race cars. The racetrack's going to be heating up a little bit, so you're going to see some pace picking up in these race cars here for a bit. Now we have Rodcorp up into third place, has gotten around Apex Luke, but we see an Apex train rolling up the front starts finish line here, and then Jake in the back of this three-way train, and then we see Egon in 6th place here trying to catch those guys. If he can get on the back of that train, he's going to be in a really great position to make some positions up here. We got LJ now trying to track down Egon here, moving up into 7th place. So LJ is quickly moving up the field. We have Crazy Face in 8th in that WRX, but he's going to get passed here by Kawazuri. So Kawazuri is going to take 8th place on Crazy Face there. Great move by Kawazuri. Nice patient, nice clean, crisp, fast and efficient pass there by Kawazuri. We got TCR Jimmerland here in that Corvette, and he's looks like he's just kind of chilling and being patient really right now. Arctic Wolf here in that Mustang. We got Monkey Mafia now up into P12, and Heathen must have made a mistake here in this BMW. Now he's all the way down in the back into P13 here. So lots of race left, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, no driver is at all out of this race yet, not by any stretch of the imagination. So, but current leader is Apex Racing's Badass, as he has gotten around Sparky Boom Man. And fun little fact, Sparky Boom Man actually used to be a member of the Apex Racing team, opted to go in a different direction for reasons of his own, which is absolutely fine, of course. So, not representing Apex Racing, but still here, of course, on track racing with and against these guys. So, and again, very quick race car drivers. So, and Jake is now moved up into P3 here with this big slipstream battle going on here, and it's this is an individual championship, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, you might see some of these guys working together to try and catch guys up front to gain positions, but I think when push comes to shove, it's going to be every man for himself as far as the finish line goes. So, we're going to see teamwork throughout the races here for sure. Not even necessarily from teammates, but you might even be guys that aren't on the same team helping each other out just to close that gap on the group out in front. But nonetheless, whatever we see in the race here, it's definitely going to make for, again, Fuji makes for good racing. You can see there's like 7 cars all within the camera frame there. So we're not by any stretch of the imagination remotely done with the battles on track here yet. We have LJ now starting to catch up to Rockcorp here, who went from 3rd to 5th. So lots happening up in the front and mid packs here, as Kawazuri's now up into P7 here as well, trying to chase down Super Ninja. Egon dropping down into P8 here. He has Jimberland all up in his business. That Corvette is all over the Jaguar's rear end there. So we're going to stick with this quick little battle here and see if a move gets made, or if Jimberland's just going to opt to work with Egon a little bit and just sit behind, save some fuel, save some tires, and maybe those guys can close up the driver up in front here. And that's exactly what that looks like. It looks like Jimberland is just playing very patiently here. He's just kind of hanging out behind Egon. He's He's not forcing the issue, allowing Egon to take the racing line, so both the drivers aren't losing any time. And these guys are just kind of cruising around the racetrack here right now, working together, trying to catch the guys up in front. And you can see right in the distance is Crazy Face here. He's trying to get up on the back of these guys so he can get involved here too in that three-way train. Really might be able to start closing up that group up front. And we got Monkey Mafia here now up in a P11, so he's starting to make some ground up here. And he is in that Z4. Very, very quick car. Actually, really good car here around Fuji, too. It's a good choice here, I think, on his part. We have Arctic Wolf here in 12th, and we got Heathen routing on our field here in 13th currently. Sparky Boomman currently sitting with fastest lap on track with a 134.666. That's what the fastest lap on track is, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, it is what it is. We got Badass with just a little less than a second gap on Sparky here. So, I can guarantee you that this battle is very far from done. And they're both in the same car. So, basically it can come down to each individual car tune and the skill of the drivers between those two currently. But, I mean, again, we have Jake here in third with Luke just behind him here in fourth place. Yeah, Joe Mercier coming in with that like and that share. How you doing, Joe? Much love, my guy. Happy birthday, my dude. We got LJ, who is just completely tearing up this field right now. He has gone all the way from P12 up into P5 here in the last 6 laps. So after a rough start, he's very, very quickly making his way back up through the field here at Fuji. We got Rock Corp here in 6th place as well. And he's trying to put some pressure on LJ, but LJ's a tough customer to race against, so it's not going to be an easy battle here for Rodcorp. We'll have to see what happens. Lexus versus Toyota here. We're going to stick with this just for a moment because this is the battle on track here currently. So. Ooh, LJ's getting a little bit squirrely. That's not good. LJ has definitely spun it there. Really unfortunate for LJ. He's gone wide. You see him coming back out on track here, and you can see Rockcorp reacting there, making sure to not get involved in that. Now, it didn't look like Rockcorp made contact with LJ there from our point of view, but he slowed down and acted like he made contact to allow LJ to take his position back. So maybe there was contact that we just didn't notice, but race on. You see LJ going inside move there, and LJ is really having trouble with that Super right now. You can see that Super getting all kinds of squirrely on him, and now Jimmerland is starting to put pressure in that Corvette on LJ here as well. So good little battle in the mid-pack here currently right now on the racetrack as these guys are just swapping positions like it's candy in a candy store here. So absolutely cruising right now. Great stuff by all the drivers so far. The Rod Corp here now down into P8. We got Egon down into P9. We've got Crazy Face here in P10. Monkey Mafia still sitting in P11 with Arctic in P12. And Heathen starting to chase him down here in P13. So Nolander coming in with the big thumbs up. Much love, much love. But our current race leader is Badass, and he's now opened up a 3.5 second gap on second place driver Jake. So Sparky we see going into pit lane there. And typically, ladies and gentlemen, we love to show you guys the pit stops and let you guys really take a look at these beautiful cars. However, it's been causing issues as far as spectator glitching goes, so we're not going to be showing you guys pit stops today. We're going to be avoiding them, and that's just to ensure that we don't have, we're not creating any issues in the lobby stability by doing so. We have to learn as we go, so it's something I tried yesterday during a broadcast, and it seemed to work really, really well, so if it's not broken, don't change it. Because the game's kind of broken. We have Jake sitting in second. We've got Apex Luke here currently in third place now. And Apex Luke is a quick driver too, ladies and gentlemen. He's not out of the running for winning this race either. We have Calazari here in fourth place, another quick driver here. He's in that Toyota Supra, which is a pretty strong car right now currently in the game. We got Jimmerland here in fifth place with that Corvette C7. We've got Rock Corp here in that Lexus. Crazy Face has opted to go with Subaru WRX here. We've got a BMW Z4 and Monkey Mafia, who's now currently up into P8. Sparky coming out of his pit stop there in P9, and he's in Jag. Egon here as well in P10, also in Jaguar. Heathen here in that BMW M6. We got Arctic Wolf in that Mustang, and LJ in pit lane here We're trying to avoid the pit lanes. Currently sitting in 13th, and then we got Badass now in pit lane here as well. Howdy, buddy. Howdy, chat. Happy Father's Day, y'all. Hope you all have a blessed day. Hey, cheers, Nolander. I hope you're having a great day, too, and happy Father's Day to you, too, my man, because we know you're a dad. You got some great kids there, my man. So, Jake retains the race lead, ladies and gentlemen. We're in lap 9 of 32 now. I don't suspect we're going to see some of these guys pitting till laps maybe 11, 12. I think these guys are going to push the cars, the tires, absolutely to as far as they can go before they opt to change them. Again, you know, pit deltas and all those kinds of things factor in here. So, got Vern Beam coming in with the thumbs up as well. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Welcome to the broadcast. So, Apex Luke here in that Porsche. And again, the Porsche isn't a simple car to drive, ladies and gentlemen. So kudos to Luke here. He's doing very, very well in that 911 RSR, and he's not letting Jake drive away here. He's been right there holding that 1.5 second distance from Jake the whole race so far. Got Kawazuri here all the way from the United Kingdom over at the pond there. He's here too as well racing. He's currently sitting in 3rd place in that Super. He's looking very, very solid here today. We got a little bit of jittering from the drivers here, but not too terribly bad today, so it's making for a little bit better viewing for you guys, which is very, very awesome. I'm very thankful for that. Did you guys get to enjoy a proper sim racing broadcast here on GT7 today? The only thing we're missing at this point is our camera angles, and hopefully with any luck we do get them at some point in the broadcast here. We'll keep trying until we get them, so... Hey! And there we go! We got our camera angles, just like that. Alright, let's do some work. Oh no, we can't follow the drivers into pit lane, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, due to the fact that it might cause an issue. So we have Kawaziri and Jimmerland now jumping into pit lane here as well. We got Aaron coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Again, we asked the question at the beginning of the broadcast. Let me know down in the comments section who your favorite driver on track is here today. We'll get you guys a rundown of the field. We got Apex Jake here, currently sitting in 1st place. We got Apex Racing's Luke, currently sitting in 2nd place. We got, I'm assuming an Apex Racing driver, Rock Corp, here sitting in 3rd place. We've got Crazy Face sitting in 4th. Monkey Mafia now sitting in 5th place from EDA. We got Sparky Boomman, independent driver. We've got Apex Badass here as well, sitting in 7th place. We've got Egon, independent driver as well, sitting in 8th place. You can see that beautiful GT45 sticker on his car there. We appreciate you, homie. Love that. Kawazuri here, also independent driver, sitting in 9th. We got TCR Jimmerland, and obviously here representing the Tidgeny Community Racing. We got Apex Racing's Arctic Wolf here in the Mustang. And in pit lane, we do have Apex Racing's Heathen and Rockefeller Racing's LJ Super Ninja, which we're not going to... we're going to skip over, ladies and gentlemen, just due to the fact that we don't want to mess with the good stuff. We don't want to mess with the good stuff. So something must have come up where the car is broken, and he's parked it in the pit lane there, so... That's my favorite ride, the 911. Love the Super and the Vet too. Jake is the man to watch out, no doubt. Hey, we got some Jake fans up in the chats. That's what we love to see, ladies and gentlemen. Love to see the race fans coming out and supporting their favorite drivers. They really love seeing you guys in the chats, hanging out, rooting them on. We got Apex Luke here in 2nd place. And we got camera angles. That's exciting. So, now we just got to find ourselves some battles here. Well, we got Badass slowly trying to gain on Monkey Mafia, but I mean, right now, our field is very, very spread out. Interesting. So the pit stops have really spread the field out. So let's, well, I'm assuming Jake is probably going to pit pretty soon. I don't think he's pit yet, so... we were going to do an onboard with our leader, but I think we're going to wait till this round of pit stops kind of filters through here, and then we'll jump on board with our whoever the race leader is at that time, and we'll do a lap around Fuji Short here with you guys with the race leader. We need some battles happening here. Badass is starting to close in on Monkey Mafia here, so let's jump on board with Badass here as he tries to chase Monkey Mafia down. Now, again, Monkey Mafia is another one of them cars that hasn't pitched yet either, so it'd be very interesting to see if he pits here or if he's going to go around another time. Again, we're about 11 laps in. We see Luke now opting to go into pit lane, and you see Monkey Mafia peeling off to the right there, so it looks like he's going to go into pit lane here as well. So Badass is just basically going to gain a free position here. And it looks like Kawazuri is starting to close in on Egon a little bit here, so you see on the wing of Egon's car here, racing for Glycoma, so Egon clearly on track for an amazing cause here, so, you know, much love there for Egon and showing his support. There we go. So now we have Rot Corp and Monkey Mafia coming out of pit lane here, right in behind Kawazuri. So maybe we got our... sorry, that was Apex Luke. So we may have some battle developing here. But right now we're going to sit on board with Kawazuri as he's really starting to close the gap up on Egon here. And he's sticking that Supra on the outside to try and get that move done. And he does get it done. But now you see Rodcorp's going to take advantage and just scoops out in front of Egon there. Egon, I don't even know if he saw that happening there. He kind of seen Egon react real quick to the fact that there was actually a car on the inside there. So really unfortunate for Egon, dropping back a couple of spots here. I'm not sure if he made a mistake there or what happened, but definitely going down a couple of spots to Kawazuri and Rodcorp here. Now we see Rodcorp trying to chase Kawazuri down here. So a nice little battle here in the mid-pack for... Oh, and we're going to get a move done on the inside as we see Kawazuri gets a little bit wide there. So the Lexus now in P4. So we're having a great job. Great little juicy battle going on here by this mid-pack right now. Love to see it. So, yeah. This is Apex Luke now, who's also gotten around Egon, and he is, you can see he's a little ways behind those guys, and you can see Egon's dropped back a little bit here, so I don't know if Egon's just opting to save fuel right now, and he's got a different strategy in his mind, but definitely cruising. And then we have Jimberland here as well. He's sitting in 8th place, and he's just on the other end of the straight of those guys. Crazy Face. We have Arctic Wolf here. He's just coming up that start straight right now. We got Monkey Mafia, who came out in P11. We got Heathen here. And then we got LJ retired in the pits. I can't confirm that for sure. Just because, well, we've seen issues like that before where a car looks like they're in pit lane, but they're not actually in pit lane. So, yeah. But we are on board here with our current race leader, Apex Racing's Jake. And it looks like he's going to opt to go into pit lane here. So we're going to jump off Jake and we're going to move into Sparky Boomman here. And we'll do a lap around the racetrack with Sparky Boomman as he comes across the start-finish line here. He will retain the race lead. So we're going to sit on board with this new onboard camera angle here at GT7 for a lap around Fuji Short. I'm going to shut my yap for a minute and let you guys just enjoy the lap and the sound of the race car. All right, so that was a lap around Fuji with Sparky Boomman, who was our current race leader, and we see Badass now retaining the race lead here. So coming down this straightaway, you're braking just out that little. There's a little orange mark on the fence there. You start braking, you want to try and get around that corner in second gear, come out very wide, and then coming up to this corner here at about the 100-meter board here, you're going to be just downshifting and kind of floating around this corner. And then this corner here, you want to kind of just let off your throttle a little bit, just coast around the corners. We see Badass doing here right now, downshifting for rotation. He's going to swoop back right here. He's going to get on the brakes, down into second gear. He's going to try and catch that apex, throttle out as early as you can. Take a very wide sweep here, get as much speed out of the corner as you can. And then here, a lot of drivers opt to stay wide here. As you see Badass doing here, it's actually quicker to take those two inside corners. And then a little bit of braking and throttle control through here, just clipping that curb. And then at this curb here, you're just downshifting a little bit, as you see there. You come around the corner here. This is a tricky little sector. A little bit of throttle, and then at the end of the curb, you're off your throttle. A little downshift for rotation. And here you got to be very careful when you get on the throttle. You come out too early, you're going to go wide. Come out too hard, you're going to spin. And then here, there's a little white line on the left. You start braking there, try to rotate in second, and on the throttle as quick as you can for the straight. Obviously, the best exit is going to give you the best straight line speed up the start straight line, and you're heading up to that finish line to see what kind of time you put in. So it's an interesting racetrack here. It's got lots of speed to it, but there are some technicalities to this racetrack, even the short version. So. And what we do see, ladies and gentlemen, is it's starting to get very dreary outside here again. So you can see the clouds are starting to move back in here at Fuji Short. The sun has gone away. It's getting a little bit kind of foggy, misty out. So, you know, it kind of looks like it might rain here, but it's really hard to say. Again, the weather is unpredictable. It's on random, so it may or it may not rain here today. All right, so Kawaziri, well, let's get back up to the top of the field here as I'm slacking off here. Badass currently leading the race here in first place in that Jaguar, and he's got a 20-second gap on second place driver's Rockcorp. Now, keeping in mind, ladies and gentlemen, all the drivers here are on different fuel strategies, different tire strategies. There's a lot of racing left. We're only halfway through here, and we've already seen a couple of stops made by some of the drivers here in Rockcorp, just taking the fastest lap that last lap there with a 133.9. And he's purple again, so he's starting to zone in here. We've got Kawaziri currently sitting in third place, and Apex Luke just behind him here in fourth place in that Porsche. So he's gonna have to. Well, we're gonna stay on board with this one as he's chasing down Kawaziri here. Let's see if he can get him here. Kawaziri again. Going really wide there. You see Luke actually taking a really short line, but the Porsche turns on a dime. He can take that line and get away with it, where that Supra needs a little bit more to get around the corner. You can see that in that line there. Luke took a short line and was right on that Supra, but the Supra does have that good pull out of the corner here. So Porsche is doing a pretty good job of keeping up here, though. Luke is clearly very well experienced with this car, as you can tell, because it's not easy to keep up to that Toyota Supra on a straight line. So Luke is doing a really good job here in fourth place, trying to chase down Kawaziri here currently. We have Jake in fifth place here, so cruising in that GTR. Jimmerland in sixth, cruising in that Vet. Rocking and rolling. We're just trying to find some juicy battles here. We don't get the opportunity to do camera work in GT7 a lot lately with the spectator mode, and we've actually got an opportunity to do so here, and we don't have any battles to show off. Not wanting to see pit stops. We don't want to wreck our camera angle ability here. Now, I had a suspicion if I stayed out of the pit lane while the guys are making pit stops, I get my camera angles back. And the moment that every driver made their first round of stops, I got my camera angles. So I'm definitely onto something there. So all you broadcasters out there that are broadcasting on GT7 and can't get your camera angles during the live race, literally just wait till a full round of pit stops goes around and hit that camera button, and I almost bet money on it that you guys will all of a sudden magically have camera angles. Don't know why it's doing that, but that's just the way it's working here. And we're rocking and rolling. So RodCorp now retaining the race lead here. So the Lexus is currently running up front here on lap 18 of 32. We've seen several lead changes here today, and that's just mainly due to pit stops more than it is actual passing here. So yeah, interesting race so far. The pit strategies are clearly going to determine who wins the race here, as we see Jake starting to catch up to Kawazuri here for P3. So Timberland in that Corvette, Jimberland in that Corvette, sitting in P5. Sparky Boomman sitting in P6. Badass sitting in P7. And Badass is very, very, very hot on his heels. Sorry, I was looking at something on Boomman's car. I got distracted for a second. Or lack thereof, pardon me. But, yeah, no worries, no worries. All good, all good, all good, all good. Oh, that Z4 sounds so good. Let's jump on board. Oh, Kawasuri's going way wide here. Now, clearly Kawasuri has made a mistake as he's dropped all the way back down into P8. He was sitting up there in P4 or P3 where Jake was chasing him down. So, something happened there while we were sitting on board with Monkey Mafia, and we got a nice little battle here brewing between Arctic Wolf and Egon. So let's jump on board with this battle here. So all Egon has to worry about currently is just the car in front of him. He doesn't have any immediate pressure behind him right now, as Heathen is the car that's behind Egon right now on track. So Egon is working really hard here, just tracking down Arctic Wolf here and getting the move done on Arctic Wolf. Alright, so back to RodCorp, who is our current race leader. It's starting to get dark out now, as you can see. The headlights are coming on here in the cars. And it's still quite cloudy out, but we aren't seeing any drops of rain so far here on track. We're about 2/3 of the way through our race here now, just a little under. And Jake is back in the race lead now with the pit stops from Rockcorp and Luke. And you can see all the headlights on in that GTR here currently, as it's very, very foggy out on the track as well. We got TCR's Jimberland here now sitting in P2 in that C7 Corvette here, so he's sitting in a nice good position here right now. He is about 10 seconds behind our race leader and about 12 seconds behind our third place driver, Sparky Boomman. Now again, some of these drivers still need to pit, some of them don't. It's anybody's ball game yet. This race is not even close to finish yet. We're still going to see a bunch of position swapping up front here for sure. And Badass is starting to chase Sparky Boomman down, so let's get on board for this battle here as Badass is starting to put some pressure on Sparky Boomman here. He's in a slip. And he's just waiting for that opportunity currently. He's just sitting behind right now. He's not forcing anything. He's just waiting for the right opportunity to try and make the pass. Now, doesn't mean he's going to get it done. It's one thing to catch a race car driver, ladies and gentlemen. It's a whole nother thing to make a pass on the race car driver once you catch him. So that's exactly what we see right now. Badass has caught Sparky Boomman, but now Badass has to devise a way to get around Sparky Boomman. So either Badass has to wait for Boomman to make a mistake, as we see a car has gone really, really, really wide there. And I believe that's the BMW of Heathen there. So what we see here, ladies and gentlemen, is the exact same car. These are identical cars. These are both the Jaguars. They're both on the same BOP settings. The only difference between the two cars is the way that the drivers set them up and the way they drive them. So as you can see there, Sparky Boomman got a really good pull on the straight line there, but you can see Badass starts to close up on him in the corners here. So you can see a couple of different types of tune setups between very similar cars here, and the kind of difference that it makes for each car. Can't help it, I love the sound of that car. Got Apex Luke in that Porsche. He's currently sitting in 7th. Calzuri's sitting in 8th. Crazy Face sitting in 9th. Arctic Wolf is now sitting in P10 here with that Mustang. Egon's up in P11. Heathen is in pit lane. LJ is in pit lane. LJ's been in pit lane since about lap 3 or 4 there, so having some form of mechanical issue with that Toyota Supra and having to retire from the race is what it looks like. Well, we got a couple of pit stoppers here. Kawazuri sitting in P6. We got Monkey Mafia coming in. We got Jimberland coming in. Crazy Face now coming. He should gain a couple positions here as those guys are in pit lane. Yes, he does leapfrog both those drivers. One's coming out right now. So Crazy Face is either going to come out just ahead of or just behind Jimberland coming out of pit lane here. Looks like he came out just behind. A little ways behind him, actually. See Monkey Mafia taking a fuel load there. And Egon sitting in P10 here, so... Jake is now in pit lane here as well, and I'm assuming that all the drivers that are making stops are making their final stops here today. So now we can get down to some racing. Now we can get down to racing, chat. So we have Luke coming up that start-finish line. We see Jake just leaving pit lane. So Jake is going to come out in P4 here. So, and he's going to come out about 5 seconds behind RockCorp. Now, RockCorp's got the fastest lap on track currently here as well. So, we'll have to see if Jake has enough in the tank and on the tires here at the end of the race to get into that podium position. Apex Luke here in 5th place. He's a little bit behind those guys now. We got Calazuri here in P6. Jimmerland in P7. We've got Crazy Face in P8. We got Arctic Wolf in P9.